So today I'll be talking about automating the comments when a new show starts, like today, right now. I want to automate the commenting on the show, and I've prepared a little bit. I created already an extra workflow in here, which is called show start. And show start is triggered by the schedule event, which expects one or multiple cron expressions. And these cron expressions, they are now set automatically when handling issues. And the same way I handle the README sections, I now have an action called get show schedules, where I basically translate all open issues into these schedule expressions, and then use a new action I created, set cron scheduled action, where I pass a token, the cron scheduled expressions, and a workflow ID or name to automatically update these cron triggers. So this action should run right now because it's June 21st, and in UTC it is 19 o'clock, like 7 p.m. for the American friends. So I wonder, where is it? Why isn't it starting? So I'm a little bit confused, but maybe there is a little wiggle room, I think, for how GitHub how GitHub executes these cron jobs. If there is a long queue, then it might just start a few minutes late. So anyway, let's see some code while we're waiting for this workflow to start. So this is my help desk repository. I hope you can read the code. I can increase it. Just let me know if the screen size is too small. As I've shown you in the handle show issues, which is an event that is triggered each time I create or update or delete or close an issue, there are several actions that are executed. Here, one is the one that updates the README sections. So when I pull from the latest master, and I open the README, there are these two sections here which are updated automatically, the upcoming shows and the past shows. So this is what this step does, and this is what I created in the first shows of this automating gr2m help desk series. Then I have the scheduled tweets, which I've just shown you, that are not as reliable as I wish they would be. And then we have these two new steps where I get the schedules and then run this action to update the cron expressions. So let's look into this really quick. This is what I've done the past week and kind of in between a little bit. So I retrieve all issues from GitHub which have the labels show and are open. And then from the issue body, I read out the day string and the time string. So this is what you see here. This string and this string. And I kind of right now by hand manually make sure that these are always correct and have the right format, because otherwise it would fall apart. And making this more resilient in future, but maybe using templates for issues or going away from issues altogether and instead using pull requests and code and so on. That's something for future shows. So I get these strings, the date and the time, and then I use some workarounds with day.js to get the date and the time and to set the right time zones between the time zone that I'm interested in, which is Los Angeles, US Pacific, and the ESO time string, the UTC time zone. And then I compare basically the two times and make sure that I only get the cron expressions for shows that are in the future and that are not in the past. Because the current issue is open, but the start point already passed, so we are not interested in it. And then when I'm done, I'm creating an output, which is a string with line breaks where each line has one cron expression. So with one show open, there is one line with one show expression. If there are two future shows, there will be multiple ones. So here is the action that just ran and it failed for some reason, so we can see what's going on. Cannot find package actions core. Create comment on current show. Oh, okay. Well, that's easy to fix. So let's see. It complains that I don't have the actions core package, but that is not right. It is here. Oh, I know what happened. So handle show start. It's basically here. And what I forgot is to run npm CI to install all the dependencies. Okay, so CI handle show start install dependencies. So next time this will probably work, and it's hard for me to test right now. Well, actually I should be able to test it right now, so we can try. Let's see if I have a show start. I don't have a workflow dispatch trigger, so let me add that. And then in here, I kind of add some wiggle room where of 15 minutes before and after the show, I will return the issue. So basically, when I run the cron job, I need to find the show that is currently started. And there might be multiple issues that are open for shows, but I need to find the one which is basically the one that just started. So 15 minutes plus minus should be enough. So CI handle show start. And add workflow dispatch trigger. So I can trigger it manually. Let's see if that will work. So now I can trigger it manually. Okay, let's see if that will work. So now you can see it installs our dependencies, but it still failed. Requires authentication. So I do not pass a token. That is very confusing. Why am I not doing that? I do. Huh. So it is possible that the token is no longer valid because GitHub introduced this new token features for one prefixes, and it kind of recommends to invalidate all existing tokens and regenerate them. And also it introduced expiration date. So I think this is the one that I already have here, so I don't know what's going on. Let me just log out the first 5 lines of it just to wait. Actually, close the one that I don't need. So here I can see that GitHub token was set to nothing. Huh, that's interesting. So Let's see, secrets, there should be a gr2m path. Let me just try to reset it really quick and so I will give this a public repo without expiration, and I will call a gr2m path for gr2m helpdesk. All right, and then I will quickly hide my screen because this one is sensitive and I don't want you to mess around with my main GitHub user account. Okay, there we go again. So now it's set. Let me try to trigger it again and see if that will help. Again, device authentication. That is so weird. Okay. What is going on here? So GitHub token, they say, is empty. Oh, that will not work. CI, show start, fix secrets syntax. Okay, let's try this again. We are still within the 15 minutes range. So if I restart the workflow, it should still find the show that is currently running and comment on it. Okay, so this seemed to have worked. And now when I look here, there is a comment. So that's great. So I can check off this one, and we had the announcement tweets as well. So we are done with these. One thing I want to maybe also automate is I want to check this off automatically. So for one, this should say start of show issue comment, but anyway. I use already like a little template syntax here that looks like this. So basically what I want is okay, create comment on current show. So for now, I will maybe change this to like 60 minutes. So we keep finding our current one, and I will not make it create another comment, but instead I wanted to update to do in issue description. So await AutoKit. Actually, I should add an await here as well, so I don't forget later. Await AutoKit request, and then I think it's a put or a patch. We will see. Issues, issue number, that's good. Okay, so I can comment, copy these three. And then I need to update the issue body. So before I update it, I need to get it first. So get, and then data body as issue body. Okay. And then I want to update the body here and replace the comment that I've seen here. So replace looks like this. So, oops, I need to escape these without the X, and then everything that is after. Or maybe anything that is not a new line. And replace it with X below 1. Okay, let's see if this works. So I have a GitHub token defined in my local environment, so it should just work. So node create comment on current show. And then const data HTML URL. Console log to do in issue updated. All right, let's see. Okay, now let's uncheck it because I think it was already checked before. Oh, there it is. So that is great. So now we not only comment automatically, but we also check off our checklist here, which is exactly what I want. The more that is automated, the better. Okay, feature, create comment on show, let's say, check off to do automat. Perfect. Oops, I forgot. Probably should. Data HTML URL as comment URL and log that one to out to. So let's say console log comment created at, and then the comment URL. Okay, let's add these changes to the previous commit and push it. Okay, gotta pull first. I guess there were some more changes to the README file. So what's next? For one, I've seen it already happen before, that the schedule was not very reliable. The very first one should have started at 12:30, but it started at 12:32, and today again it was even 3 minutes late. So I think what I will do is subtract 2 minutes from it, just so that it doesn't comment too late. Okay. So this is in the get schedules. So we want to subtract the time offset plus 3. So it will be a little bit earlier. Okay. Subtract 3 minutes from show scheduled cron triggers. All right, let's do that and see if it works correctly. So I can trigger this action manually. And now that I have the schedules working with GitHub, I think I will just get rid of the schedules from Twitter because it is not reliable. And I will just tweet out when the action is triggered for the comment as well. And I can just add another workflow, which will be triggered 30 minutes or whatever I want for announcement, and then tweet there manually. But for now, let's see if that worked. Yeah, perfect. So now it will, for the Thursday show, which is 1 p.m. Pacific time, it will now tweet 3 minutes before 1 p.m. I will not tweet, it will start the, or like set the schedule so that GitHub will definitely comment on the show by the time the show started, or maybe a minute earlier. But usually a minute earlier, I'm already online, so that is fine. All right. So, what's next? I have, I should probably remove, oops, that's not what I wanted. The create comment on current show, I added now 60 minutes for the time window. Okay. So basically I have the current show. I do comment here, and I at the same time now want to tweet. So up, where is it? Set schedule tweets, which is this one here. So okay, so next here, tweet out that the show is live. So in the set schedule tweets, when I load the tweets, I think I do more than just getting the issue. Let's copy this logic here. And let's call it issue. So actually I have the number, so I don't need to do that. So now I have the number. I don't really need to schedule that anymore. I just need the title and maybe the guest. Well, why not? Okay. Oh, and the URL. Well, we have to issue a URL here now, so that is fine. And the title is current show title. And that's now my tweet text. Okay, and now I need to instantiate for Twitter. And then let me see. Like in the past few shows ago, I really had big problems with all the SDKs for Twitter, so I had to create my own. And right now I default to the ads API for subdomain and for version 9. So I will need to change that here because I'm sure it will be just API and it will not be version 9, but version 2 or something like that. So let's see. Twitter API create tweet. That's the one we want. So post statuses update. And then let's see. So version 1.1. Here, with all the other credentials, we don't need the account ID anymore because this is not the ads API. So what do we need? The status. Tweet text. We are not replying to anything. We don't have any attachments at this point anyway. I think that's it. Okay, example request and then an example response. And what I want here is to get the URL of the tweet. Where do I get it? ID string. I guess we will use the ID string. Okay. So let me get a tweet just to get the URL right. And then console log tweet. Tweeted at. Actually, I can make this part of the fixed string and then just pass in the data ID underscore string, I think. Okay, so now we are tweeting out. And then I also want to update this part. So actually, I also want to add the URL, which is the issue HTML URL. So we can just say current show title and current show URL here. And we don't need to retrieve the issue because we already have it. So you can say issue body replace. And now let's move this down the line. Okay, so we add comment on issue, we tweet out, and then update to-dos in issue. So we have the current issue here. Let's just add another something is not right. Okay. So here we replace the to-do issue comment, and now I also want to add the start tweet. And update that as well. And that should be it. I hope. Again, it's kind of hard to test it because I don't want to tweet out multiple, you know. On the other side, who cares? Sorry for the double tweet. I'm testing. I hope this is not too long now, but we shall find out. And then the two replacements. Actually, let's commit this first. Tweet from start show workflow. Okay. Double comment. I'm just testing. Okay. So node, create comment from show. Now let's go back here, remove the checks. Okay, we have to reload it. That is fine. Well, actually, I can just uncheck it here. That's much easier. Hello. Are you still loading? Okay. Okay. All right. Here goes nothing. Actually, let me get ready on my... Oops. I want to delete the tweet as soon as it goes out. I just want to make sure that it works. Cannot read number of undefined. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Because there is no current show. Okay, let's quickly change that to a 60-minute tolerance. Oh, Twitter request is not defined. That makes sense. So let's add that. Cannot replace... undefined. Oh, I forgot the post here. Probably lots of comments. So let me just delete these and then also just comment this part out because we don't need it anymore. We know that this part is working. All right. Route not found. It tries to... Huh. That is very weird. Oh, I see. This doesn't go into off. This goes in here. But something went wrong. Oh, I forgot I wanted to comment this part out. Unexpected token in JSON. There is something about ID string undefined. Huh. Let's log out the data. Doesn't look like the tweet went out. Oh, actually it did went out. Of undefined. So why is it undefined? Let me log out the text here too. Okay, let's delete it. Alright, see what we got here. So data is undefined because there is no data. Interesting. Okay. So let's just see, let's just make sure that we have what we want here, which is the ID string. Yep. Okay. So I trust that this works now. Well, shall we do it again? I guess so. 3 times the charm. I think we are at 3 times right now. Okay. Okay. So tweeted that part works. So we can comment that part out as well. So what didn't work, current show issue body. What? How can current show issue be undefined? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Why is current show issue undefined? What is wrong here? So the current show is set here, and we return this object. Why is current show directly the issue object? Oh, I know. That's why. Yeah. So basically, this is not working. So what I need to do is say current show issue, and then say const current show. So because find just needs true or false, so it doesn't matter if we return an object, it just thinks it's true. So it just kind of finds an object in an array, which we now have here. And I don't need the date time. So we now have the current show. So now it should work as expected. Okay. Like this. Issue HTML. Okay, forgot one. But now we got it, I hope. Okay, issue updated. Start of show of tweet. Oh, I know what happened. We basically removed these comments here, so I need to add them back. What are they again? Start tweet and issue comment. All right, let's try this again. I don't need to log out the current show anymore. What? Oh, okay. There was a space missing. I think that's all that problem was. So this should be updated now. Okay. So this is now all working as expected. Let me uncomment all that stuff. Add comment to issue. Perfect. So let's bring it back to 15 minutes. And actually shorten this to oops. Show is within range. Just to make it more clear what we are doing here. Code is documentation after all. Okay. So now we have the first part. And we should remove the live now part from here. Altogether. Well, I guess we can leave this in. So we can remove this part. We can remove these parts. Don't need the debugging anymore. Okay. So what do we do? So we tweet from the start now workflow. Perfect. So next I want to replace the scheduled tweet as well. And this one is actually handle show start because it does multiple things now. And we should update this here. Handle show start. Okay. So next up, what we want to do next is where we get the schedules. And we currently basically we want to return two different ones. Which is the start and the announcement. Which will be 33 minutes. Okay. So we will do set schedule start and set schedule announcement here. So map schedule start, and then same down here, only that it's announcement like this, and then we say schedule start here and announcement here, where we will also use a new workflow. So here, announcement. Gosh, I hope I don't have any typos. Handle show announcement. Okay. Announcement. I think that should be fine. That doesn't matter because this is already in the past anyway. All right, so what are we going to do now? Handle show start. Handle show announcement. Okay, and we basically do the exact same thing here. We have the current show issue. But now we do it between 15 minutes and 45 minutes. Okay, add comment to the issue. And then we are going live in 30 minutes at... Oh, I should probably remove these. These. Okay. So now set schedule tweets. We want this one here. Let's copy it. Use the title, URL. Okay, so this is our tweet now. And then let me see. 30-minute announcement tweet. Announcements, comment. Oh, advanced tweet. Well, I should just change it here. For the future, I just use copy and paste right now anyway. Well, if I use copy and paste, I should probably leave the comments in here. Okay, yeah, let's probably do that. And also in handle start, let's do the same thing. Let's just leave these comments where they have been. Okay, so now in both I have a comment. Don't need this because I can just use current show URL. So in start as well, let's say to-dos, current show URL. All right. So I think we are golden now. And the nice last thing, always great, is delete code. So set schedule tweets can now be removed also from here. Oh, that reminds me. I should probably pass on all that stuff though. So both in announcement and in start, let's pass on all the Twitter credentials. Because otherwise this will not be working. Okay, so now I no longer use scheduled tweets. So I no longer rely on Twitter's weird thing telling me, yes, I scheduled my tweet, but it doesn't go out. That is really good. And next I have the Twitter request where I currently default to Ads API, and I don't want that because I just want to default to the one that I'm using right now. Let me see where I'm using Twitter request right now. Oh, I also don't need to delete all scheduled tweets anymore because I won't have any scheduled tweets anymore. Okay, let's go back, handle show announcement. Twitter requests, I can remove this here as well. I can now remove these settings. Update Twitter account. Well, that's the next thing I can do, but you can see here as well, I use version 101 and a Twitter request. So update Twitter account is not something I'm using right now. But basically, there are two things that I want to do, and I think I will just try to do it now really quick because what could potentially go wrong. Basically, what I've seen this from bdoogie, so definitely follow bdoogie yo on the Twitters. So what Brian does is, as soon as he goes live, he changes the Twitter bio, basically saying, you know, bdoogie is now live at. And I want to do the same thing. I think it's a very good idea. And I think that he's using ScriptKit, which I should also give a shout out to, which is by John Lindquist. Yeah, and basically, you know, like ScriptKit is a great way for JavaScript developers to automate your stuff on Mac, and basically just call it and enter it. But I don't want to do even that. I want to automate everything. So I will steal the idea, but I will actually, at first I will just commit everything that I have. So create schedule, create announcement, tweet, and issue comment from actions. So handle show start, update Twitter profile, let me move this down below so we have the GitHub stuff first and the Twitter stuff second. So Gregor is now live on Twitch, Gregor Codes. Okay. The thing is, I of course also want to basically handle show announcement, handle show start, and handle show stop. Or handle show done or whatever. And this one will not have a cron schedule at all. Instead, it will have something similar to the handle show issues one. But only closed. Okay, and then I need to add this one. Actually, there is no workflow dispatch for this one because that would be too hard to do. Basically, only if an issue is closed and it also has the show label, I want to say handle, I want to run this code, handle show done. So let's copy and paste it. Handle show done. Basically do the same thing, but now instead of 15 minutes before and 15 minutes after, I would say it should be 2 hours after and at least 15 minutes into the show or something like that. I don't think I will ever make a show shorter than that, but well, you know what? Let's do that. So if the time is no less than, you know what? Let's be safe. 4 hours. Okay. Then we have the current show. Add a comment on issue. Show's done for today. Thank you. Thank you all. And recording is coming up in a moment. Okay. So let's call this one issue comment. Well, actually, I don't think I need to update anything. I don't think I will add a to-do for that at all. And I don't want to tweet out anything either. So I just add the issue and then update the profile back to Gregor. And I don't even know what I have as my... But I have these 2 vaccination ones. You know what? Either I will leave them. I will just keep it simple. So I leave that and then I use my GitHub profile as the URL. Okay. So on start, I console log Twitter profile updated to link to Twitch. And when it's done, I say Twitter profile reverted to default. All right. In theory, this should all be working now. What did we change here? Okay, yeah, I just changed the order. Okay, feature, handle, show done. And let's push it. Okay, we have to pull first. Push second. And now let's close the other tabs. Oops. All right. So let's see if that triggered. Handle show issues, handle show start. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's the right one, but I have to rename it. Okay. And we'll show done YAML. Okay. So that failed. No current issue found to comment on. Why? Let's see. The current time oh, that is not right. Okay. No current issue found to comment on. Wait. No, that's not... Wait. It was correct the way it was. So if the current time of the show is less than the current time plus 4 hours, and if the current time of the show... It cannot... Oh. Oh, you know what? I would just do it like... Wait. So this is now late. So let's say I made a 2-hour show. So the time of the show should be smaller than the current time plus, let's say, 30 minutes. And the time of the show should be bigger than the current time minus 4 hours. I think that's what we want. What? Okay, I'm pretty brain fried by now. I could really use some help. Let's see. So the time of the show is bigger. The time of the show cannot... Wait, it's smaller? Time of the show is smaller than the current time plus 30 minutes. How can this not be true? Oops. Okay. Oh. I don't need to find the current issue at all. I should be... So... Okay, let me see. What's the first one? Update show sections and readmes. This is not the best example, actually. So handle issues. Okay. So the problem here is I don't need the current issue. Problem is that I only look for closed issues here, for open issues, but basically what I want to do is look for closed. But then it's kind of weird. Why should I reload all the stuff if I can just have the current issue? So basically, what I want here is fs promises read file and then const event is await read file process env GitHub event path or something like this. I think I have it in my action.js. So basically, I want just to access the event payload, and that's here. JSON parse event path. Okay, and now let me see OctoK webhooks. We have tons of examples here, and I can see what an issues closed payload should look like. I guess we don't have one yet, but it will be the same as opened. So yeah, there is an issue key there. That's exactly what I expected. Okay, so this will fail now because there is no file GitHub event path here. So I will quickly create it for debugging locally. So this is my current issue, and I will just change this to API, repos. And in here, I will have event. And then GitHub event path. Wait. GitHub event path is event JSON. Okay. How is that? I don't get it. Again, I don't get it. Oh, okay. Well, I do get it. Hold on, let me remove this log because... And then here, this is not event, this is issue. All right. off is undefined, handle show done, handle show start, and then off is here. Right. Okay, so that works now as it should. Now, in the workflows, I just want to make sure, yeah, I pass all the Twitter credentials, okay. Fix, show done, get event payload from action. And we can remove debug one, and let's push it. Okay, I mean, if this all works, then we've done quite a lot today. We removed all of the tweet scheduled stuff, which cost me 3 episodes to just get right altogether, because why should we rely on 2 mechanisms for scheduling code that is run? So instead, we now have 3 new workflows. One is the announcement, one is done, and one is start. And announcement and start are now automatically updated to when an episode starts. So this is at 12:27 on Thursday. Basically, this is the announcement workflow that will be run roughly 30 minutes before the show goes live, and it will do like an announcement comment and then announcement tweet. And then we have the start one, which is again pretty much the same, but instead of 27 minutes, it's 57 minutes. So it's 3 minutes before the actual show start because of the delay of GitHub Actions. And it does the comment, it does the tweet. It will also now update my Twitter profile to say, hey, Gregor is now live on Twitch TV, Gregor Codes. And then there is a new workflow, handle show done, which is triggered if an issue is closed. And then we run the handle show done code where we read out the payload from the action. We revert the changes to the Twitter profile. And we also add another comment on the show, which looks exactly like this one here. There should be just one now. Okay, just a caching issue there. So that's it. And oh yeah, we also update automatically. I check off these to-dos now, so I can kind of keep track visually if my actions actually did what they were supposed to do. So that's all great. I think that's it for today's show. If you've been watching, thank you so much. If you have any questions, go to gr2m helpdesk issue 31. You can ask them here. And if not, then Thursday will be my next show, and I will continue talking about log files and how to update these log files silently, because right now I'm getting 100 plus pull requests every Sunday afternoon by Renovate and Dependabot about all these log file updates. And I don't want these anymore. I want instead create a system where these log files are updated in the background and also updated more frequently, and also notify me if an update is actually failing the CI. So I will continue working on this on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks again for watching today. Bye.